All right, good morning, Career Bits people. I'm here with Dr. Erin Banks. She is the Assistant Dean of our, can I say, new Office of Undergraduate Research. Does that ring right?
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Well, good. Yep. I'm so glad that you're here. So we talk with students about experiential education, and experiential education is more than just go do an internship. It can mean a lot of different things. And so I thought bring you on board, talk about undergraduate research. So what is that?
So what is undergraduate research? Undergraduate research is very broad, and it's not what a lot of students think undergraduate research is going to working in a lab, right? Working with some beakers and working with chemicals. And it can be that, but it can be a lot of other things too. And so it can be working in a community. It's just basically engaging in an experience where you're learning technical skills in a discipline and from expertise from a faculty member, or sometimes it can be a graduate student, but it's normally led by a faculty member who has expertise in a specific field. It can be in arts and architecture, it can be in social sciences and biology, but it can even be in history. So in this undergraduate research, any student, any discipline can engage in research. And it's basically following that scientific method that we all learned so long ago, right? And it's just connecting with the technical skills. It's experiential learning. It's being out in the community, but it can be it can look so many different ways. And I'm glad that we're having this conversation because I want students to know that when you think about undergraduate research, don't think of it being this static kind of sciencey thing, right?
Yeah, that's how I would always think of it, is like I have to be a biology student to do science, but right. It's more than that, right?
It's more than that. And if you Google what is science or what is a scientist, it's going to look just like that. But we know we've learned, and we know now that that's not true, and that's not the whole truth. And so my goal with undergraduate research is to show students in all disciplines across our campus that if they want to do some research, we have a place for them. And then we have faculty who we can connect them to.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that, the university has always had undergraduate research, but we've never had an entity such as yours and a person like you to really pull it together, create some system around it and intentionality so that all of our students have an opportunity to do internships, or I'm sorry, not internships, but undergraduate research. Yeah. So yeah, gosh, you see how easy my mind can go to this versus all these cool opportunities.
Yeah, and you know what? And and I hope students after this, but a lot of times, but acknowledge y'all. But for students listening, we see this office, and you're right. We have had undergraduate research here at UNC Charlotte, but the difference is I think of this office as a hub, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like a one-stop shop, if you will, where everything from professional development, mentoring opportunities, undergraduate research, like this is, think of it as a hub where if you want to learn more about undergraduate research, you can find it in this one location, and it's not siloed out. It's this one place where you can get that.
Because if I'm thinking of myself back in the day as a student, back in the day when dinosaurs were walking around and all that kind of stuff, and I can remember that it's much easier if it's just like there's one place I go to get what I need, and I knew the word research, I knew the understanding of what that was. But a lot of times it's just easier if I know where to go, who to get in contact with. And what I love to hear is you said mentoring and there's professional development. It's not just, hey, go do research. It's more than that your office is offering this thing called undergraduate research.
Right. And to that point, when I think of training students, I think of it holistically. And so doing the research is one part. But students also need to know how to socialize with their peers in the lab. They also need to know how to communicate their science. And so that's when the professional development and the mentoring comes in. So it's not just learning the technical skills, because, hey, if you learn a skill and you write this great paper, but no one understands it because you don't know how to communicate it, what good is it? Yeah. And so I think of the whole person and training the whole person in terms of the training, the professional development, and the mentorship that's needed.
Yeah. So So these undergraduate research opportunities, they're generally speaking about a semester long, but I'm going to throw in there that you and I developed something called a mini research internship that I'm proud of. I know you're proud of, but it's really hitting home on, maybe students that they don't have enough time to do a semester long sort of thing. And maybe they have enough time for a month long or a 2-month long or 10 hours a week or whatever it might be. This has given them that opportunity that if you want research on your resume, there's multiple ways to get that happening.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited about this new pilot that we're having, and hopefully we can continue it.
Oh, of course. It's because you're awesome. We're going to keep doing this thing, you and I together.
So as he mentioned, we call it the micro internship, and it's an opportunity for students to do a 7-week opportunity. And you're right. Some students can't give a whole semester. Some students can't give their entire summer. And I get it. So the micro internship is an opportunity for students to work at the beginning of the semester, 7 weeks out. And they're paired with their faculty, they get the professional development and all of that. It's just a modified version of it. And it kind of allows students to test the waters, if you will. Mm-hmm. And by the way, it's paid because we have the funding for it. And so thank you, Career Center, for that.
Hey, no, it's all of us. I'm glad to hear that it's paid. And that's the question I want to ask is, are these things always paid? The traditional ones, of course, you mentioned the micro mm-hmm. ones, but or are there unpaid opportunities? Like, how does this work?
Well, so ideally, I would like for them all to be paid. And at the end of but the reality of it is we don't have an infinite amount of money, right? And so we do have some paid opportunities that happen over the academic year. The micro internship being one that we're piloting this spring. We also have our OUR Scholars Program that goes through the entire semester. And so it gives students a longer opportunity to work with faculty. We also have the summer research opportunity. That's the whole duration of it's a 10-week program. That's our long, that's our, not the longest, the semester one is the longest, but it's the more intense because our summer program is 40 hours a week. Wow. And so during the academic year, normally students are working 8 hours because I will tell students, you are a student first. And so this undergraduate research and all these other things are extracurricular, but it's needed. It makes you competitive, but so our summer is also paid. But I also tell students sometimes one of my mottos is short-term sacrifice, long-term gain, right? And so there may not be an opportunity to always be paid, but you can still volunteer in the lab. You can still help faculty, and that helps to gain rapport. And so when funding is available, it's an easy yes for faculty if you want to apply to work in their lab. So we have funding, but we don't have a lot of funding for everyone. So they're competitive positions, but we try to find a place for everyone, whether it's paid or not.
Yeah, and I'm going to put a plug out if there's any employers listening to us or Career Bits. This is a great opportunity to sponsor research and help students get these skills. And you mentioned it earlier. This is a good part for your career. This is how you can build your career. And one of the top competencies for the past 10 to 15 years that all employers across all industries have been saying that is needed is problem solving and critical thinking. And I believe that undergraduate research provides students the practice, the mentorship, professional development, but also the proof that they have that. And what else? How else could it help students with their careers? Thinking about research in general.
And so research is an awesome thing, and it helps you to take an idea. And it helps you to expand an idea from beginning to end. It helps you to create some questions, some hypotheses, some statements. And it also helps you think critically about something that's passionate to you, right? And something that can possibly help our society. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of COVID-19 research going on and looking at behavior, looking at how it's impacting people working remotely. And so there's all these things that you can do that are timely, that are important for our country, for our county, for our state. And so it helps you to think critically, and also it helps you to be able to communicate this. So again, it's important that you do the work and you get the technical skills and the discipline, but you also have to know how to communicate it to our legislators, to our government, so that we can make a true impact. And so these are the things, and I tell students, undergraduate research, these skills are transferable. You got to know how to write. You got to know how to present. You got to know how to defend whatever it is that you're doing. And companies want to know that they're hiring a strong employee who can do those things. So these are some skills that I think are transferable from undergraduate research to corporate America.
And students, I didn't tell her to say that. She said it on her own. She knows undergraduate research. That is her thing. She is an expert in this field. So, Dr. Banks, how can students get involved? Like physically, where are you on campus when we are able to come back? And then also, how should they be preparing their mind to get involved in this cool stuff?
So if students are interested, please visit our website. We try to keep our website up to date.
And the website will be right here. So check it out, students.
Okay. And we're also on Instagram. We're also on Twitter. We tweet out the things that are going on in our office. And when we are in person, and I know that day will come, we are located in Atkins Library, Area 49. That's the second floor. And we have an office suite there, and you can find us there. Or anytime you have any questions, you can always email me or reach out to us at undergradresearch@uncc.edu. That's our office website, and we will definitely respond back and answer your questions.
All right. Well, Dr. Banks, thank you very much for your time. Students, thank you for listening, and all my great people. This has been Career Bits. We'll see you or hear you and both next week.
Thank you so much.